years, Joel Embiid was Philadelphia. The process, the hope, the heart. But now he's opening up about everything. What's good, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Wrong vs. Right. I'm your host, Jay. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe below and hit that button. Today we're talking about the ESPN article that just came out, Joel Embiid Sees You, by Dotun Akintoye. Now look, this article has caused a lot of controversy in the media. I'm here to break it down. Now before we get started, Joel Embiid is one of the best NBA one of the best NBA players of all time. Let's start off with that fact. Argue with a wall. With that being said, I'm going to break this video down into 3 parts regarding the article and some ESPN media, specifically Kendrick Perkins and his take on this situation. So first, the price of loyalty. Have the Philadelphia 76ers let Joel Embiid down? Number 2, in the article, Joel Embiid talked about this being the most important offseason of his life. Has he outgrown the Philadelphia 76ers? And 3, the Tyrese Maxey factor, the franchise. Are the Sixers in jeopardy of losing their rising star? So let's get straight to it. So look, Joel Embiid started on the Sixers with injury problems. He was out the first season that he even got drafted with a foot problem from Kansas, and he's been plagued with injury history throughout his entire career. Despite that, he is a dominant force on the NBA court. Before he went down with his most recent meniscus injury, he was right up there with Jokic, and people were debating on Embiid or Jokic. Embiid has given his everything on the court, his heart, body, and soul to the city of Philadelphia. In the article, he talked about his frustration with being labeled as fragile. Really think about it. Is he fragile? He averaged 33 and 10 against the New York Knicks on one leg with Bell's palsy. How many NBA players can do that when you're playing on one leg and basically one eye? How many NBA players can do that? Let me know down below in the chat. So he's playing through pain. He can barely get up and down the court. Nicholas Batum even came out and said, I can't even believe how he could walk. I don't know how he could walk. So that begs the question, have the Sixers mismanaged his injuries? Have they rushed him back when they shouldn't have done it? Should they have gotten surgery on his knees earlier than what they did? I think the answer is yes. But here's the catch. I think Embiid has some culpability in that as well. I think he has to be more open with the Sixers franchise. Like, listen, I need to be shut down. I need to get surgery, which is what he did last season when he told Lisa Salters, I need surgery. That's the only way I'm gonna get right, or somewhat close to right. After that, they shut him down and he got surgery. So it's like, did he come to the Sixers before then and tell him, hey, I need surgery, I'm not right now, guys, shut it down? If the Sixers didn't listen to him, that is totally on them. Additionally, in terms of the Sixers letting Joel Embiid down, not only from management, but the players. We all know about the infamous internal team meeting that the Sixers had where Tyrese Maxey told Joel, hey, you need to be on time, big fella. You're supposed to be our best player. You need to really step up to the plate. Now, for those who don't know, players only meetings mean players only meetings. That means it's between us. This doesn't get out. The contents of what gets out does not get out. So clearly one of the players had to let out what happened in that meeting. And that is a total violation. Yes. And Joel pointed this out in the interview that, hey, I know who it was. How did this happen? That's messed up. And it kind of leads to me mistrusting the people in the organization, which is totally valid. What I wanted to hear from Embiid in that situation was have some accountability, which maybe he did in the meeting, but maybe be like, but besides that, Maxey was right in terms of me being on time, me being more of a leader to these guys, since I'm the franchise player. That's the accountability piece that I wish Joel Embiid displayed in that interview. Like, hey, this message shouldn't have got out to the media, to the public, but I need to own up to what Maxey was talking about. Big fella, you need to do X, Y, Z. The kind of thing that Kobe actually did to Shaq. Like Kobe or Shaq, you need to be in shape, man. You're not even practicing. You're showing up out of shape. If you were in shape, you'd have this many championships. Maxey told Joel Embiid that to his face, and that's what Joel Embiid needs. And I really think Embiid respects Maxey for that, and why he considers him probably his best friend on the team. Not probably, it is his best friend on the team. So has Philly let Joel Embiid down? Absolutely. But can Joel Embiid be more transparent and take more accountability? Absolutely as well. Both can be true. Now, the most important offseason of Joel Embiid's career, and has he outgrown the Sixers? This is a make or break offseason for Joel Embiid, because at this point, everyone is tired of it. Philadelphia fans are tired of the same old, he's injured, can he play? whatnot. Tyrese Maxey has elevated into the leadership role that this team desperately needed. They couldn't get it from Embiid, and they couldn't get it from Paul George. Speaking of Paul George, of course he goes down with the injury in the offseason. I mean, give me a break, right?
How does it feel, number 8?
Feels great. Number 8 feels great.
Speedy recovery to Paul George, though. But this could be a make or break offseason for Joel Embiid's career in the sense that he needs to at least get to an Eastern Conference championship, man. Now, granted, let's look at some NBA superstars who have won championships. Kobe Bryant, he won with Shaquille O'Neal. He won his first 3 with Shaquille O'Neal. Let's think about LeBron James. Who did he win his first championship with? The Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and Ray Allen. That team was stacked. Let's think about Kevin Durant. He won his first championship with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Let's get rid of this notion that Joel Embiid has to be the person to carry everyone to win the championship. He does need help. And I would argue that he has had help in the past in the form of Jimmy Butler. It's unfortunate that Kawhi Leonard hit the bounce around shot, the shot that went down, the shot that was heard all around Philadelphia that totally shouldn't have went in, but it did go in. My point is, he still has time to win a championship, and it's not like it's over. Just 2 years ago, he played 68 games in the season. Yeah, you heard me correctly. He played 68 games a few seasons ago. So it's not like it's impossible for him to get out there on the court. He just has to have a little bit more luck. Now back to his emotional availability or unavailability and his accountability. He did show signs of being accountable in terms of opening up more to his teammates and being more vulnerable with them. So that is the accountability that he kind of leaned into in the article. Like, hey, maybe I can stop being such an a-hole to these guys. Maybe I can do X, Y, Z. Maybe I can show up on time. Maybe I can do this and that. I wish he would lean more into that accountability aspect of it. And why do I say that? I think the fans would respect that more. Not to get too off topic, but that's why guys like Jalen Hurts are so revered in the city of Philadelphia. He takes accountability. He puts the team on his back. He takes responsibility when things don't go right. Joel Embiid has to take some responsibility. Like, hey, that was on me.
This year, he talked about not believing your own hype, but also the accountability that you all have with each other. And so how accountable are you with each other?
I think accountability is everything, and I think honesty is everything, and being able to be honest with yourself and your standard and trying to play to your standard all the time, I think that's the most important thing.
Sometimes where it was on Joel Embiid, I can think of a few situations. The Boston Celtics series when we were up 3-2, when the Sixers were up 3-2 against the Boston Celtics in Philadelphia, and they didn't close it out. That was, remember, the James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid team. They had the Game 6 in Philadelphia up 3-2, and they couldn't close out Boston. Joel Embiid, that's on you. You were the guy on that team. I think of the Toronto Raptors series in 2019, where I think they held them to like 17 points a game. You're too good of a player to be held to 17 points a game. I understand they have defensive schemes around you, but you're too good to be scoring that little with your talent. So that leads me to my next point. Does Embiid still feel Philadelphia is the right home for him, or is he ready to move on? In my opinion, I don't think he's ready to move on. Obviously, we know that he just got a big deal from the Sixers. So I'm sure to him, that showed him that, hey, they're at least financially invested in me. And remember, Philadelphia is the team that drafted Joel Embiid. They took a chance on him while he was injured during that draft. Obviously, his family is here, and probably his best friend in the NBA, and Tyrese Maxey is here as well. And then my last point on this topic, Joel Embiid mentioned that James Harden doesn't even answer his text anymore because Harden might feel that, Joel Embiid had a play in Harden not re-signing with Philadelphia. I think that's really a tough situation because it's not unreasonable for Harden to think that Embiid might have had something to do with Daryl Morey not giving me my money and having me stay here because he is the franchise player. However, I can also see Embiid's side, like, hey man, I'm staying out of the whole contract negotiation stuff. That's between Daryl Morey and James Harden. And we know Harden thinks Daryl Morey is a liar. Joel Embiid is totally right in the sense that he was the leading scorer in the league when Harden was on the team, and Harden led the league in assists. That pick and roll was nasty. But at the end of the day, Joel Embiid is nobody's general manager. So I'm with Joel Embiid on this. And that brings me to the last topic, the Tyrese Maxey factor. Will Philly lose their rising star? Now look, recently Kendrick Perkins came on ESPN First Take and said that if the Sixers aren't careful, they could lose Tyrese Maxey and he might demand the trade. Now look, man, unless he talked to Tyrese Maxey directly or his agent or somebody close in his circle, I just don't know where he got this from, man. In my opinion, this couldn't be further from the truth. I just think it's a bad take. And hey, I like Kendrick Perkins. I think he's really entertaining on First Take, and I think he's doing a great job. And it gives me more content to talk about, really. But this take is just way off in my eyes. From what I can see, Tyrese Maxey loves Philadelphia. He's got the trust of management. He's got the trust of his coach. He has the trust of his players. He has the trust of his fans. All the fans love him. I mean, he got a museum built for him by the Sixers. The city loves Tyrese Maxey. As a matter of fact, he's the most loved player on the Sixers franchise. Now, Kendrick Perkins may say he wants to get away from the drama, but I just don't think that's Tyrese Maxey's way to run when things get hard. I mean, the Sixers are the team that took a chance on him. He worked hard to get in the position that he's currently in, and I don't think he's the type to just run away because the road got a little rocky. Take a leadership role to eliminate the drama himself. For example, telling Joel Embiid to his face, you need to be on time. You need to take accountability, X, Y, Z. Those are the kind of things that eliminate the drama by addressing the situation and nipping it in the bud. Another thing, the Sixers are building a young core. I'm talking about Jared McCain. I'm talking about VJ Edgecombe. Quentin Grimes is young as well. Trent Watford, they just signed Trent Watford, who's actually really good friends with Tyrese Maxey. A new core is brewing already in Philadelphia, and Maxey is the centerpiece of that new core. So why would he want to leave that new core that they're building around him? On top of just getting a max contract as well. For those who don't know, Tyrese Maxey got that max contract last offseason. Overall, I think this article is really a great piece on Joel Embiid. I think he was vulnerable in the article. I think he really opened up to a lot of what he's going through in terms of his injuries and how the Sixers kind of mismanaged it. Well, not kind of, they did mismanage it. I think he's opened up to like how he wants to be managed going forward. Like, hey man, if I'm not ready to go out there, I'm not ready to go out there. The Sixers are in a super tough situation. And really, the success of this franchise all rests on the health of Joel Embiid. Point blank period. That's what it comes down to. But hey, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Everybody can't be wrong. Everybody can't be right. I'm out.